LeBron James. I tell you that much, all right? And I think that the Lakers will win tomorrow, and I think they will win in great fashion.
Now, by great fashion, Kendrick Perkins, did you mean a close game, or you thought they were going to run away with it? How nervous were you at halftime?
I was really nervous, but you know what? I knew that the Lakers were going to hang their hats on their identity, though, Neil. Their identity is on the defensive end. You know that, right? Coach Frank Vogel. Forget LeBron James, forget Anthony Davis. They had a C-plus performance tonight. But Frank Vogel and what he did in his rotations, throwing in Wesley Matthews, throwing in Alex Caruso, who was on Steph Curry heels like a pair of socks tonight, right? Putting in those others in those lineups to get those defensive stops, I thought was huge. I thought Coach Frank Vogel did an excellent job with his rotations and coaching tonight. He is the reason that the Lakers won this game.
Yeah, Lakers' #1 defense, and they turned on the defense in the second half, so now they've got the Suns. You look at Lakers' Suns, what's your first impression?
Look, I know Chris Paul is in the MVP conversation, Monty Williams, Coach of the Year, DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker, future young superstars, but Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6.
Now, Golden State's got one more chance to hit that 8 seed and face Utah, but they're coming up against a young, hungry group of Grizz who beat the Spurs. Where do you see that game going?
Well, Neil, you know, I just said it, right? You just ran it on the TV screen that I would never go against the light-skinned brother from the Bay Area with the green eyes. But guess what? I'm going against them. I'm taking the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm flipping the script. Yes, I am. I'm going with Ja Morant and Dylan Brooks, one of the most underrated backcourts in the NBA. And I'm also going with big Giannis Valanciunas. He's a beast down low, so is Jaren Jackson. I know I flipped the script on you just now, but the conversation we had before we came on the set, you and Linda made me think about a whole lot of things. And this Memphis Grizzlies team has been here before, and they are ready, and they want all the smoke.
And I feel powerful. All right, Pacers, Wizards. Who's going to get the 8 seed and get the 76ers?
I keep flip-flopping because, listen, earlier today on the jump, I said I was going with the Pacers because it's a bonus. Then I had to send the paperwork back to underwrite, okay? And then I pulled up Russell Westbrook's stats against the Indiana Pacers, and they're through the roof. He has dominated them all season long, and we all know Russell Westbrook has that Mamba mentality. When he struggled against the Boston Celtics, so I'm expecting him to bounce back and have a phenomenal game and lead this Wizards team to victory.
So you got the Wizards winning, beating the Pacers, and then facing the 76ers. You know, if you keep flip-flopping, you're going to have to run for office. Vote for Perk! Biggest of names, Stephen A. Smith here. It's been a minute. Actually, it's been a year and a minute. All right, what's your big takeaway?
How lucky the Los Angeles Lakers are that they won this basketball game. The fact of the matter is LeBron James and Anthony Davis were far from impressive in the first half. When you look at Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins, the defense that they were playing on LeBron James and Anthony Davis was superb, especially against Anthony Davis. I still think LeBron James wasn't 100%, but he went into his bag and handled his business in the second half, and credit due to him. With greatness comes luck. And that lucky shot with 58 seconds left, make no mistake about it, that was luck. But in the end, again, because you're so great, he's entitled to that. It was a big-time shot over Steph Curry, and you sort of look on Steph Curry's face. So what you peel from it is the fact that, again, Anthony Davis needs to get his game going, because playing like he did, if they have a first-round series against Phoenix or another playoff series against anybody else, that kind of performance is not going to work. It's not going to get you over the hump. He needs to be better. Outside of that, Steph Curry, we know he's special. We were reminded about that tonight. It was a big stage. You had the odds stacked against him. You saw the Lakers swarming, and they didn't even think about guarding anybody else in the last seconds. Just keeping the ball out of his hands and daring anybody else to shoot was their strategy, because he went into his bag all night long, and he was absolutely positively sensational. Again, he just did not have any help whatsoever when it really, really counted.
All right, you mentioned Phoenix. That's who Laker gets first round. What's your first thoughts of that matchup?
That Phoenix will lose the series. And that Phoenix will lose the series because they're relatively young. I love the athleticism. I love the leadership of Chris Paul. I love me some Devin Booker. Monty Williams is my coach of the year. They've got a squad, but they got a relatively young squad that's inexperienced. And when you're going up against the experience of a LeBron James, well, along with Anthony Davis, that has a seven-game series to prepare for you, I think it's going to be a pretty tall task for Phoenix to overcome. But I'm still looking for somebody other than those two on the Lakers to really step up. Alex Caruso hit all 5 5 of his shots in the first half, but shot like 1 for 7 in the second half. They reminded him of who he was, who he is, and who he's supposed to be in the second half. Kyle Kuzma, where were you? Things like that. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope hit a couple of threes early in the game, but as the games progressed, you needed to see more from him. You didn't get that. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are not going to be enough for this team to come out of the West. Somebody else is going to have to step up because the other teams they go against aren't going to have just one weapon like Golden State had in Steph Curry. Somebody else is going to have to step up to get it done for them. And that's really what it comes down to.
Lakers are favored against the Suns. Okay, you can tell us something that very few of us know. What's it like to be back in the Staples Center watching an NBA game with fans? There was about 6,000 there. Put us inside.
It's special. It's special. No question about it. And obviously, it was an aberration because we're accustomed to seeing 18,000, 19,000 fans inside the Staples Center. We get that. That's not the case as of yet. But when you've gone the last year without seeing any fans, to be in an arena with fans in attendance, you get, your hair sort of stands up on your skin. You get a little goosebumps. You start feeling that there's a return to normalcy that's coming sooner than later. It would not surprise me at all as the playoffs progress if we saw capacity in arenas exceeding 50, maybe even 70%. I think Utah is taking the lead on that, and I think you'll see other cities follow where you'll see more fans in attendance late June, early July, particularly if people go out there and get yourselves vaccinated. I was in the media section. All of us were vaccinated, so we were allowed to sit together. It was a beautiful thing. Let's stop acting like we're going to get through this without getting vaccinated. We need to get vaccinated.
Excellent. One-word answer. Who wins, Warriors or Grizzlies?
Warriors.
All right. You heard Stephen A. talk about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis did not have a good first half, finished with a strong second half. He's on SportsCenter. After the game, the Lakers are your 7th seed. I think we got a team. Curry and James have met a total of 39 times, 22 of those coming across 4 finals matchups. James has posted gaudier numbers, first time I've ever said gaudier, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, and actually owns a 9-7 wins advantage in regular season meetings. When you include the playoffs, Curry's Warriors have won more thanks to a 15-7 edge in the 4 finals matchups. You get the Suns, you're going to get LeBron James live right now on SportsCenter from L.A.
All right, Mike? LeBron, if we could start at the end, like where you got the 3-off and what you saw as it went up.
Well, the first thing I did when KCP kicked it out, I looked at the shot clock. I saw it was I had to get it up, at least get up on the rim. Second thing I saw was 3 rims, from being poked in the eye on that previous possession when I drove to the hole and then in transition. So I just aimed for the middle one. I practice enough. I work on, my game, and I was able to do the man above and through a lot of practice, I was able to drain it.
We saw the respected exchange between you and AD and Steph and Draymond after the game. What did it take in that second half? What was the adjustment for you guys to match up what they had been putting out to create that lead?
We just had to bring the fight to the fight. They was ready to fight, and we tried to, ease into the game a little bit. It's been a while since we've been in postseason. It's been a while since we had one of those type of, those energy, effort, every possession count games, and I feel like they've been playing, kind of playoff basketball for quite a while. So we had to catch up to that. But once we made the adjustment in the second half, we was able to take the fight to them and make a game out of it.
Dave?
LeBron, you weren't a fan of the play-in tournament. We're pretty clear about that. But you know the history of the NBA and what the spectacle of drawing fans to the NBA means. What do you think about it after tonight's game?
When I was asked about it, I told you how I felt. You guys asked me a few days ago how I felt, and I said I'm ready to go. I said later, where the chips lay where they may, and so I showed up, and we showed up, and we was ready to play.
Bill?
LeBron, where are you at physically? Not just, what all happened on that play where Draymond fouled you? You were down for a while. Was it only the eye? Were you hurting in a few spots? How did you come out of the game in regards to that play and then also with your ankle?
I'm good. I told you guys I was good. I'm good. It's the most minutes I've played in a long time, and I didn't feel anything on that play. Draymond, is either a finger or a thumb or whatever, went directly into my eye, and that's why I was down. So I was just, making sure I was okay, making sure I wasn't bleeding, making sure I could see a little bit at least, so I could finish the game.
Sorry, LeBron, I was muted. Can you kind of take us through sort of the mood at halftime of this game, and what changed most, you think, for you guys early in the third?
Duz and Smooth pretty much got on our ass at halftime. Smooth is Keith Morris, if you don't know who Smooth is, but they got on us, they told us that, we got to pick this shit up. They brought the fight to our building, and we got to bring it right back. And, guys like that, speak, you listen. We took it to heart. We didn't take it personal. We just took it with us, and we improved our effort in the second half.
Kyle?
LeBron, I know you're obviously going to do a lot of research on Phoenix coming up, but what does it mean off the top to just be in a series with Chris and go against him in the playoffs for the first time in your careers?
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, our journeys. We've been playing this game at such a high level for a long time, and I've always rooted for him, for D-Wade, for Melo to succeed, and got an opportunity to play against Melo in the playoffs a few times. I never got the opportunity to play against D-Wade in the postseason, but we played, obviously has a great 4-year run in Miami, and so it's going to be pretty cool just to be on the same floor and competing. One of the most fierce competitors that this game has had over his career, and look forward to the matchup.
You got time for two more, BT? What's up, Brian?
What's going on, B?
Hey, man, you guys got a lot of contributions tonight, but Alex Caruso always seems to step into big games and big goals for you guys. What is it about him that makes him be able to do that?
Just his attention to detail. He's just smart, very, very smart, know what we want to do. Always in the right place at the right time, and he just makes plays. Makes plays. Some of them show up in the box score, some of them don't, but tonight they definitely showed up in the box score. I mean, he pretty much carried us in the first half offensively, and we just had to match him in the second half.
Last question, Mark Medina.
Hey, LeBron, what jumps out to you this season on how you guys have handled all the different forms of adversity and also tonight, and what do you think that means moving forward in the playoffs?
Well, only time will tell, but, it was good to, to get that first